Hi there, it's Connie-Rae. Welcome to another craft tutorial at stampityourself.com. Today's tutorial is a crafted handmade card, for want of a better word. And this gorgeous card is really pretty. I've used a border stamp, and I'll show you that in a moment. And that actually looks like it's floating. It's such a pretty border stamp. The love, obviously, out of, I'll show you the stamp set in a second, and some hearts. Really easy, all stamping, and it's just one layer, and it's very pretty. Okay, I have used the Sealed with Love stamp set again, and I've used the stamp which is right here. Oh, I hate it when you do that, you can't see it. Oh, there we go. I've used this little stamp here, and I'm using Cherry Cobbler for red. I've also used, out of this set, the stamped detail, or what are the delicate details, and this is the stamp that I've used. This is a freebie out of the Occasions catalogue and the Celebration catalogue deals that are currently on. So if you spend $90 or more, you get to select a free item. This is one of them. And you get 4 gorgeous borders, and they're just beautiful. They're so detailed and elegant, and I guess that's why they're called delicate details. And I've used the this one here, and it just is beautiful. It looks like it's floating when you stamp it. So that's a good little bonus to get when you get a freebie. It's good to get a freebie always. So yes, I've just basically gone ahead and made this card using those materials. So what I've done is I've just used my normal card, which is 11, and I've got mine by 4, so it's 11 by 4. I've also rounded the corners using a corner rounder. Actually, I've used the back of the punch board to round mine. Round the border of the main card. And the layered card I have not rounded off. I've just left that square and I popped it on as a 1 layer card. So the size of this one is 3.5 by 4 and 7/8, I think. That's right, yes. So it's just 1 layer. Now, one of the things you need to do is just lightly mark down the front, about halfway down the card with a pencil, so that you can rub it out later, because you just need to be aware of the lining up of the actual, let me just zoom out a bit. Oop, not too much. Oh, hang on a sec. Zoom in a bit. Okay. Oop, there we go. Oh, goodness me. Not very good with the camera. Okay. Yeah, you just need to make sure that you can line it up. All right. So placing your card, I've used the Misty. If you haven't got a Misty, that's fine. What you can do is just use a block, one of the Stampin' Up blocks. I'll just quickly go over an alternative method for you. Just grab a marker, draw a straight line. Let me see, where's my ruler? Okay, so if you want to use just a normal block, just go in on your block and use a straight line. Draw a straight line with your marker, as such, just an alcohol marker, and then grab your border, whichever one you want to use. Hypothetically speaking, we'll use this one, and then you can just line it up on there, like such, and then just stamp it and use it as you would want to use it. And then what you can do with the alcohol marker is that you can just get bear with me, I'll just put that away, just a little cotton pad and some sanitizer, and then you can just wipe it off. Works like a charm. So that's one way of lining things up. So you can use your grid paper. If you can't see through your grid paper, you can always just line up on your block, and then you can just clean it off. So that's one way of removing alcohol markers. So that's an option for you. But for this occasion, I have used, get rid of all my junk, my Misty, and let me see, just going to line that up. Okay, I'll line that up. Now, just on the corner, I've also used my Stitched Borders Lawn Fawn stitch die to give stitching around the edge. And then right on the edge of my corner, down the bottom, I just want to put a little bit of masking tape or something just right on the stitched edge there, because I don't want the border to go over the stitched part. And I've lined up my border to do exactly that, so it just goes straight on. Now I'm using cherry cobbler. I like the deep red of the cherry cobbler. This is just a little version of the cherry cobbler. And I'm just going to stamp up my border now. This is so beautiful, this border. It's just looks beautiful. Once you stamp it, it just looks like it's floating, and it's just got the depth and colour. It's beautiful. It works really well with this colour, but I'm sure it will work really well with other colours. I don't know. I haven't even tried that yet. So, yes. Anyway, so I've got my card in place. I've marked the middle with a pencil so that I've got an alignment area. Now I'm just going to pop that down. And as you can see, I've got my other stamps there, but I haven't actually inked them up, so they're just sitting there waiting for me to use them. And there you go. There's the stamped border. Isn't it gorgeous? It just looks so pretty. Okay, so we've done that. We'll get that out of the way, and I will quickly just give that a wipe, because I don't want that. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to move it just in case it does get something on it, but just in case. Okay, and I'm using out of the oh, there goes something on the floor. Sealed with Love, and I'm using the Hello Love stamp there, and also the little heart one that I showed you earlier. So that's where the stamps have come from. Now I've already got the my line down the middle, so I'm sort of placing it lower to the bottom, and I've got it lined up the way that I think it should look on my card. And of course, you know, you're going to use this the way that you want to, but I've sort of put it down to the lower end of the card, because I want to get 3 hearts in, so I want to sort of have it in proportion. So just go in there and grab my, pop it onto my Etsy, and I'm using black soot from Distress Ink, but you could use Memento black ink, any kind of black ink you like, or you could probably do it in red, but I think the black looks really good against the cherry cobbler, so I probably wouldn't use red itself, but I think black looks really good. So, but that's just the way that I like it. You can do whatever you like with yours. Okay, so just making sure that my card hasn't moved and I'm still happy with my alignment. Just going to pop that down. There we go. There's the love. Hello Love. Looks good. Okay, and again, I'm just going to take that off. I'm happy with that stamp, so I'm not going to have to re-stamp it, which is good. Just want to make sure that I am happy with it. Using 2 sets of glasses again. Yeah, that looks good. All right. So actually, I might just take that off because I don't want anything coming onto the thing over there. So again, I'm just going to be realigning, I should say, with the line that I've put there, the first heart, and I'm probably looking about there. I've got to get 3 in, so about there. Oh, that doesn't look too straight, does it? I have to say, I've done several versions of this card. I've dropped my stamp when I was stamping. I have done all sorts of things. So it can be a bit troubling when you're doing lots of little bits and pieces. but it's all worth it, I can assure you, because it's a beautiful card. Alright, so we just that and that, and again back with the cherry cobbler, making sure my card's in alignment. But as they say, practice makes perfect, doesn't it? So I reckon if I practice it enough, I should have it right by the time I go to film it, which is now. So fingers crossed I won't have to refilm anything. Okay, so the first heart, don't like that little bit just there. Murphy's Law, I'm taking it off. So my first heart is down. Ooh, see, anything can happen. Okay, and I'll wipe that because I want to place it again, and I don't want any stains if I get the placement wrong. So I'll wipe that. And again, you just want to make sure that you've got enough space in between the two hearts, because you want to put 3 on. Again, making sure it's all lined up. I suppose this is where the MISTI comes in handy, but you can do this with a normal block. There's no reason why you can't. Again, just popping it over. So far so good. 1 to go. Just using a baby wipe there to take off the excess so I can do the last placement. Okay, so a little bit down from the top because you like a little bit of space. Ooh. Yep. And again, just the cherry cobbler. It's pretty quick and easy to do once you've done it a million times. There you go. Okay, so I'll just quickly wipe that off. Get that out of the way. Okay, so now you've got your base. Now one thing, I'll just take out the line that I've done. It just helps with the alignment. When you choose to do something like this, you do need to have a little bit of a pencil guide, just so that it's all even Stevens, because it is a bit tricky in that sense. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, now one thing I haven't told you that I have done is that I have used something on the little hearts. If you look here, you can see there, see how the hearts are all glossy? Okay, I have used the Glossy Accents on the little hearts, and it does change the colour of it a little bit, but nothing major. So what I'm going to do now is to go in and I'm going to put the Glossy Accents on the hearts because it just looks really cute. I like it with and without, so if you've copied it exactly, or cased it I should say exactly, you may not want to use the Glossy Accents, but once you've sort of done it, it's pretty hard to unsee. I think that's what they say anyway. So I'm just going to make sure that I can get out my Glossy Accents without sticking up. There we go. Yep. Alright, so you just want to go over it, and it's got a very fine tube on it, so it's okay. It's a bit, I suppose, you know, I've seen them ice biscuits on some tutorials that they've done on YouTube, and it's kind of like icing a biscuit. You've just got to make sure that it's all covering the right angle and you haven't gone over, or you've just got enough to make it glossy, as they say. Okay, it's really quite, but you've got to put it aside to dry. That's the only drawback. You've got to be very careful not to touch it or upset it while it's drying. It doesn't take long to dry, but you can't emboss it. Sorry, you can't use your heat gun on it. Oh, little bubble. So don't think about using your heat gun on it because you cannot use your heat gun on it. I'm just going to pop that one up a bit more. But it doesn't take long to set. But what you can do if you wanted to, well, you just do it and put it aside and just wait. And I've already done that, so here we go. And if you've got any bits that you don't like, you can just use your stylus to bring it down and to shape it a bit better if you feel that it needs a little bit of a touch up. Or spreading around. It's entirely up to you how you do it. There we go. Always the perfectionist. Okay, so you've got that done. Now we have to put that aside to dry. So I'll go back to my original card whilst this one's drying and just explain what I have done to finish off this tutorial. So I've put my glossy accents on, which you've seen, and that's the outcome of the glossy accents. You've got the 3 glossy bits. I've popped on a few sequins. I've done nothing to the border other than stamp it in the cherry cobbler around my corners on the main card, and I've stuck it down with some dimensionals, and that's basically it. That's all you need to do to make this cute, really, really, really lovely card. So, and again, you can give it to anybody. It doesn't have to be a Valentine's Day card. It's just that I really love this set. It's just so much fun. There's so many options in it. And of course, paired up with the border, it just looks absolutely beautiful. So, thank you for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and please give it a try. A few goes, you'll get it right. It does take a little bit of practice to get everything in alignment, but once you've got it in alignment, you're going to be really, really happy with it. It's a lovely card. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon for a new tutorial. Ciao for now.